Welcome to SUAANGAN. I'm your host Janine Blake. On today's program we bring you a beneficiary profile of Wanda Norwegian. Wanda Norwegian is the Director of Human Resources and Career Development for Norterra Incorporated. She's originally from Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territories, a small Arctic community on the shores of the Beaufort Sea. We asked her to tell us about her family and her home community.
My family history, my father's John Steen Sr., my mother was Olga Carpenter, Jonah Carpenter, and Lily Carpenter are my grandparents, and also on my dad's side was Paul Steen, and his wife was named Mary. I was born and raised in Tuk, born in Inuvik, raised in Tuk, until I was about 15, and where I went to high school in Inuvik. Well, there's a little under 1,000 people there. Tuk's on the shore of the Arctic Ocean. We've gone through the oil and gas boom and bust, and now it's back up and in full swing. It's a small community. A lot of people live off the land, the whales, the hunting, caribou, and fishing. I would say probably being with family and friends are the biggest things, and I recently went back there for 3 years, about 3 years ago, and I brought my family with me. I have 2 boys and my husband, and basically what I enjoyed the most of being back there was the cultural. My kids got to see the culture. We were on the land, we were fishing, my husband was hunting, and the people are great.
Wanda's children enjoyed the opportunity to be with family and friends, and they look forward to moving back someday.
They did, and they still miss it today. I mean, I think longer term, down the road when they are older, we'll definitely move back.
Wanda left her home community of Tuk to attend senior high at the Samuel Hearn Secondary School in Inuvik. She stayed at the Grolier Hall Residential School.
Living in Grolier Hall was a really positive experience for probably my generation. When you look at, when I reflect back now, it's provided a lot of structure, a lot of support, a lot of networking. Like I have friends all over the north now because of living in Grolier Hall and going to school in Inuvik. They offered a variety of activities. We did cross-country skiing. There was a swimming pool there. There was a standard, every Sunday we go to church. They also had different teams for broom ball and a number of different sports. I think my main sport was volleyball. That was really what I enjoyed doing the most. I really didn't go into other besides baseball. But that was when we were back home and in our own community because of the summer months. After high school, I went right off to college in Calgary, Mount Royal College. I was in general studies there. I spent about 1.5 years, just about 2 years there, and was really undecided what I was going to do or what I was going to take. So I also met my husband a year before that, when he wasn't my husband. How would he say that? But we were dating, and I thought, well, I'll take a year off and go back to Yellowknife and look for some work, which I did. I worked for the Department of Justice for just about 5 years, and that's when we moved back to Tuk. I spent 3 years in Tuk working at the Hamlet. We were doing the Community Empowerment Initiative, the transfer over of programs and services to the community. I also did the human resource side for the Hamlet. And then we decided to move back to Yellowknife. We had our home there. Our tenants were moving out. And it was opportunity because there was opportunity for work, school for the kids. And I put my application in for the Department of Municipal and Community Affairs. Got a job there as a senior researcher for the School of Community Government. I was also the acting executive director for periods of time where they required me. And then that was just a term position. And then I had an opportunity with the NWT Aboriginal Summit. I worked with them. That's where all the political bodies, leaders, sit with the territorial and federal government. I did that for about 6 months, and this opportunity came open. And I thought, well, I'll put my resume in, everything that I was doing at the time in terms of training, employment, and dealing with different groups and different levels of management, totally applied to the position. And I was awarded the opportunity to be in this position.
Norterra Incorporated is a Canadian management and holding company owned equally by the Inuvialuit Development Corporation and Nunisi Corporation. They represent the Inuvialuit of the Western Arctic and the Inuit of Nunavut, who are Norterra's beneficial shareholders. Headquartered in Inuvik, Northwest Territories, IDC operates and conducts business through more than 16 subsidiary enterprises in 6 business sectors: environmental services and project management, property management, manufacturing, transportation, and northern services. IDC is owned 100% by the Inuvialuit Regional Corporation, who is controlled by the 2,700 Inuvialuit beneficial shareholders. The Nunisi Corporation is owned by the Inuit of Nunavut. The corporation was formed by the then Inuit Tapiritsat of Canada in 1978. This was put in place to assist the future of the beneficiaries of the 1994 Nunavut Land Claims Agreement. Nunisi is committed to providing their shareholders with the best return on their investments.
We've learned about Wanda's home community, her education and training, and her work experience. After the break, we'll talk with Wanda about her current position as a Director for Human Resources and Career Development for Norterra Incorporated. Wanda Norwegian is originally from Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territories. She moved to Inuvik to attend Samuel Hearn Secondary School to complete senior high. She stayed at the Grolier Hall Residential School, where she made many friends from all over the Northwest Territories. After high school, she went to college for a year and a half and decided to move back to the territories to work. She worked in various positions for organizations and governments, but she is now the Director of Human Resources and Career Development for Norterra Incorporated.
Norterra is a wonderful employer. The staff morale is great. They're very supportive. We've gone through a lot of changes, good changes. I've learned a lot. Their philosophies and beliefs and our goals and objectives are definitely something that I'm proud to be an employee of, and to be a part of the rest of the group of companies.
Wanda works out of Norterra's offices in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. We asked her to tell us about her duties. Well,
to give you a standard work week, my job is very hectic because we have, the Norterra group of companies consists of Canadian North, NTCL, and Wilco Beals Manufacturing. They're located all over the north. When I get in the morning, it's basically checking your messages. We are developing a number of initiatives within Norterra and the group that requires a lot of development and communication with each company. Also working with all the managers and key people in the group, the presidents, the senior managers, in terms of employment and career opportunities. So you go through the whole week and then you plan, because we're located in so many different locations that in the 15 months that I've been here, I have yet to see all of them and meet all the staff and employees of the Norterra group that I'd like to do. That's continually, constantly traveling and getting out there to meet people and build those relationships.
What are some of the challenges of your position?
I think my challenge probably is the diversity of different positions, locations, two shareholders that are one the Inuvialuit and one the Inuit, working totally in the heart of everything. And it's not really a challenge, it's a challenge that the challenge is there's not enough jobs for the amount of people that we have. And there's always opportunity from those challenges when the job becomes open or vacant, and the career side.
What opportunities are available for beneficiaries?
There's two areas that can, Norterra has the Human Resource and Career Development Program for beneficial shareholders. One is the employment side, where if there's a vacancy, every beneficiary that has the requirements for the job and believe that they are capable of doing the job are most welcome to apply for it and compete for it. The other part is the career development side. Each company has, in our peak season, we have over 1,100 different careers, different jobs that are filled. And the Norterra group of companies provides a career development aspect to our beneficial shareholders, where each company identifies what areas they want to support for a given year, or whether it's longer term. An example is Geddes Wilkie. He is in engineering technology. He's going to NATE, getting his educational side of his engineering. On his off, when he's done his educational component, he's working at our Welco Beals manufacturing company to get the practical side of his program. And his program consists about two to 3 years right now. And that's one area that in our cultures, both Inuit and Inuvialuit, there isn't a lot of engineers that we can take a look at and in the future have those people filling our positions. So that's a key area. That's just one example of how we would promote a career development position.
Wanda's assistance doesn't stop once a beneficiary acquires a position within the group. She continues to support employees on career development.
I've spent a lot of time, because we have a number of, there's a lot of beneficiaries that are employed, and there's a number of beneficiaries on career development. Geddes is one of those people. I spend probably, because we just reviewed his position last year when I started, I've spent a lot of time with him and his manager and Welco Beals, president, in terms of developing his program. Something that Geddes wanted and something the company's willing to invest in. So I would say we keep in constant contact because we have email. It's easy to get feedback to see how they're doing and ideas of how we can improve our programs. So he has been with the Norterra group companies for a number of years. It's an ongoing process. It's every day that you're dealing with a beneficiary or a senior manager in finding ways to, if there's any challenges. I'm 15 months into my position, and I have yet to deal with each and every position, because one of the things that we believe is their careers and their employment has to be meaningful. Something that is definitely something we believe in, and we want them to be happy where they are, and the opportunities to even move up in the organization, or if they're on career development, to assume any role if they become available.
How do you find a balance between your work and your home life?
I think it's a little bit of adjusting. The first year was juggling my husband's position because he also does 2 weeks out at the diamond mine in Acadie. Majority of the time, my travel is based on when he comes back home from work. And we have a good support system. I have a brother-in-law and I have a sister-in-law that actually assists us if we need her to spend a couple of days if my husband's gone to come and take care of the kids. So I have a pretty good support system.
It's important to have a good support system because Wanda's position involves travel.
I do enjoy the traveling. It's one of the most rewarding parts of the job. You get to meet the people, the staff. Into the communities is probably one of my biggest enjoyment because you get to see the people, the culture, and there's just so many opportunities and awareness that they are receiving from us, and it's nice to see that they value that, and it's very rewarding.
When SUAANGAN returns after these messages, we'll speak more with Wanda Norwegian about her position as the Director of Human Resources and Career Development for Norterra Incorporated.
I never thought I'd be where I am today, really mainly because there was a number of positions I held that actually led up to this that really benefited myself in finding a career that I enjoy. And when you enjoy a career, it's not a job. I held a number of positions. One was at the community level, working with the hamlet. And we're identifying the hamlet's needs and their longer-term goals, working as a community. I also worked on the Board of Education at the community and regional level in terms of education. And then I worked at MAC. My position with Municipal and Community Affairs was developing programs, education programs for people in communities, whether they were in bands or municipalities or housing corporations. That was our main focus, and we went through a number of assessments and developed programs based on those assessments. And it was very interesting because I got to see how the government developed things for communities, and then I had that community experience to bring back to identify areas where they should be developing programs and the gaps that they had. Then with the Aboriginal Summit, it gave me a big, broad view of the changes that are happening in the North, the opportunities that there will be in the future, and it's happening right now. So all that led to this human resource and career development position with Norterra, working with people, understanding the challenges, the desire to help them. So it's been probably a 6-year process, and some people might say that's not very long, but to me it's more the results of it, and to see people succeed is the most rewarding thing that I could feel. You learn from so many people, and you learn from so many different organizations, and when you come to an organization that is driven by our beliefs and our cultures, it's very rewarding to be a part of it.
What are some of your hobbies or interests?
I used to play a lot of volleyball. I used to love to. That was my relaxation. Also, reading was a big thing. Right now, how I relax right now is I get home My husband's home, he's got supper ready. He's done all the housework, and it's one of the agreements we agreed because we both live two busy lives. But my biggest area of relaxation is actually cooking with my youngest son. He loves to cook, he loves to learn, he loves the responsibility, and it's a good way for us to interact after not seeing each other for a long time. And basically movies.
Where do beneficiaries start if they are interested in employment or training with the Norterra Group?
It all depends. There's 2 point of contacts that the beneficiary can utilize. One would be myself, contacting myself in Yellowknife, or my office in Edmonton, faxing their resume to me, calling me, emailing me, or they can deal directly with our subsidiary companies. They can fax their resumes to the human resource departments, and they'll keep their resume on file or submit it for a competition. And the same with myself. If an opportunity comes open, then I'll have their resumes on file to review when a job position comes open. I would definitely tell them to don't lose sight of it. It's there, it's reachable. Norterra definitely requires a lot of people, educated people and beneficiaries. I would definitely tell them to continue your education, reach for your goals even though they're that high. It may not be right away that they, out of high school, go to a post-secondary institution and come back out and be completed their education. A career is a career. It's a long, ongoing process. You grow with it, and when you find what you love to do the most, that you'll definitely enjoy it.
Production assistance for this program was provided by Norterra Incorporated. We would like to thank the management and staff of the Norterra Group for their assistance in this series. Carmen Loberg, Norterra's president. Doug Schindel, president, Welco Beals Manufacturing Incorporated. Gordon Norberg, manager of marketing, traffic coordination West, NTCL. Captain Cecil Hansen, Canadian North. Geddes Wilkie Jr., Welco Beals Manufacturing Incorporated. Wanda Norwegian, Director, Human Resources and Career Development, Norterra.